Alright, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushua, double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's pushing this word in sincerity and truth across the four corners of the earth. Alright, I just want to come back, with another quick lesson, about, how the Gentiles, need to be grafted in. Alright, and when I say Gentiles, I'm not talking about Gentiles, in the state of, as it pertains to the other nations, alright, the so-called white man, alright, any nation that's outside the nation of Israel, those are not the Gentiles, that I was speaking of, but, the Israelite foreigners, which are Gentiles, man, alright, just for a quick example, I was talking to one of the brothers about this, like when you, for brothers out there that may follow basketball or the NBA, when you look at, Giannis, they call him the Greek freak, okay? His quote-unquote nationality is a Greek. He's a Grecian, man. All right, as it pertains to Esau kind of, making your nationality being, whatever land you're from. All right, but in all actuality, it's clear that he's an Israelite. All right, and that's the separation between Gentiles of the other nations and Israelite foreigners that are also known as Gentiles. Okay, yeah, they may have taken on the customs, okay, of these other nations, but that doesn't change their bloodline. That doesn't change the fact that they are descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Just like in America, any Negro, Latino, Native American, Seminole, Indian, okay, that's calling themselves an American, they're in a Gentile state of mind. It's that simple. Alright, but with all that being said, it's important for brothers to push this word so the Israelite foreigners, okay, can come in, man. The Gentiles, alright, those Israelites who are of a Gentile state of mind. It's very important that we do this work. Alright, Yahweh Shem Yahushua blessed us with the unicorn. Alright, we go all over the planet. Alright, we may not have to travel to the extent of, the ancient prophets. Alright, but the word still travels. Alright, so that's why it's important to push this word, because, among many reasons, but, it's important to push it because, those that, you may have an Israelite right now that looks like a so-called white man. Let's say he's Irish, man. He look like a so-called white man. He actually walking around, thinking he's an Edomite, man. Or what he perceives to be as a white person, okay? So that's why it's our job, to push this word, man. All right, heavy, man. All right. I'm gonna grab Acts. This is Acts 11, and I'm gonna just start at 1. It says, "And the apostles and brethren that were in Judea heard that the Gentiles had also received the word of the Most High." All right. So when it's talking about the Gentiles, it's not talking about other nations, man. Alright, that's not what it's talking about, man. I could have, matter of fact, I'm just gonna grab it. Because the scriptures clearly tell you that only the Israelites can receive this word anyway. Alright, it's one of my favorite scriptures, man. Alright, Psalms 147 and 19. So like he showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. Alright, so the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, who you people know is God and Jesus Christ, it can only be understood by Israelites. And going even deeper than that, it can only truly be understood by the chosen among the Israelites, man. Alright? So when you look at the whole Gentile thing, this is clear cut, man. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. So if Paul, okay, and the other, disciples of Yahushua, all right, were to go out preaching the word to the so-called white man, all right, to the China man, they would make the Most High a liar, and the Most High would have dealt with them for that, man. All right, this word was only given unto Israel. All right, it says, "He have not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua." All right, so who you call God and Jesus Christ, who is Yahweh Shem Yahushua, they not dealing with nobody else other than the Israelites. So in turn, when Yahushua, who you call Jesus, was on the scene, why would he tell his disciples, knowing that his father, Yahweh, has made a clear separation among the nations of who he's dealing with, why would he in turn tell, the disciples to go preach to another nation? That just doesn't make sense. All right, so like people like Ricky Gantz, all right, you're not gonna finesse your way into being grafted into the nation of Israel, man. All right, you better just hope you an Israelite, man. I hope you an Edomite, honestly, but you better hope you an Israelite, man. Because if you don't come from the lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you have no chance at salvation, man. All right, I'm gonna get back into Acts. It's Acts 11:1. And the apostles and brethren that were in Judea heard that the Gentiles had also received the word of the Most High. And when Peter was come up to Jerusalem, they that were of the circumcision contended with him. All right, those of the circumcision, meaning they understood that they were Israelites. Okay, they tried to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability. All right, that is those of the circumcision, those of the truth, man. All right, so when the apostles, heard of Peter talking to the Gentiles, they was basically saying, why you talking to them niggas, man? They Israelites. All right, but you down there, sitting with these niggas, All right, they kind of, had a negative view of the Israelite foreigners, man. Because they felt as though, just like how, we feel sometimes, man. These niggas, they not even Israelites, you know what I mean? They just, whatever byword has been placed upon them, that's what they are. All right, but brothers, gotta look past that, you know what I mean? Like, even myself, first and foremost, because, brothers in the camp know it's some tribes, I just look at kind of like, man, what the hell, man? All right, but it's still our job and our obligation to go out there and preach the word to these scattered tribes, man, because you never know who is who, man. All right, it says saying, thou wentest into men uncircumcised and didst eat with them. All right, it says, but Peter rehearsed the matter from the beginning and expounded it by order unto them, saying, I was in the city of Joppa praying, and in a trance I saw a vision. A certain vessel descended as it had been a great sheet let down from heaven by four corners, and it came even unto me. Going back into the vision that the Most High gave Peter. It says, upon the which, when I had fastened my eyes, I considered and saw four-footed beasts of the earth, and wild beasts, and creeping things, and fowls of the air. And I heard a voice saying unto me, arise, Peter, slay and eat. But I said, not so, Lord, for nothing common or unclean have at any time entered into my mouth. Right? So that's how, it's basically a correlation to how the rest of the disciples, the apostles, was looking at the Gentiles, the Israelite foreigners. Okay, they unclean, they common, and they common and they unclean, man. All right, but you can tell this is why the Most High gave Peter this vision for this moment, to relay this information unto the rest of the apostles, man. All right, because once again, that's how they was looking at the Gentiles, the Israelite foreigners. Okay. Once again, there's a separation between Gentiles being the other nations and Gentiles being the Israelite foreigners. Okay? And when you read the scriptures and you see the apostles dealing with the Gentiles, they were Israelites. Because once again, referring back to Psalms 147, 19, 20, the word can't be given unto anyone but an Israelite anyway. Alright? Well, I'm gonna keep going. Says, but the voice answered me again from heaven, what the Most High have cleansed, that call not thou coming. All right, and that's how brothers got to look at the Gentiles, man, the Israelite foreigners, man. No matter how they look, no matter whatever. What the Most High have cleansed, you know what I mean, we're not to call common, man, or unclean. Alright? Now if they just coming in a whole left field ass spirit, okay, you rebuke them and you keep moving, but those that incline their ear, alright, to the truth, man, you gotta deal with them righteously, man. Alright? Because once again, you never know who's who, man. Alright? It says, and this was done 3 times, and all were drawn up again into heaven. And behold, immediately there were 3 men already come unto the house where I was sent from Caesarea unto me. And the Spirit bade me go with them, nothing doubting. Moreover, these 6 brethren accompanied me, and we entered into the man's house. And he showed us how he had seen an angel in his house, which stood and said unto him, send me to Joppa, and call for Simon, whose surname is Peter. Alright? Who shall tell thee words whereby thou and all thy house shall be saved. Alright, so it was Peter's, not only Peter, but all the apostles, man, all the disciples of Yahushua. Okay, it's our obligation to deal with the Gentiles, man. You know what I mean? Once again, the Israelite foreigners, man. Right? Like a so-called Negro that's over there in England calling himself I'm an Englishman or a Britain man, or a damn Puerto Rican over there in Australia saying I'm Australian. It's our obligation to not of course physically go to these places, but to push this word in an effort for it to reach those who are chosen to receive it, man. Alright. It says, and as I began to speak, the Holy Ghost fell on them as on us at the beginning. Then remembered I the word of the Lord, Yahushua, how that he said, John indeed baptized with water, but ye shall be baptized with the Holy Ghost. Alright, and that's what we're doing out there, man. Alright, for those who listen and for those who begin to believe, we baptizing them with the Holy Ghost, man. Alright, we not taking them to no dirty ass pond or no lake and dipping them in some water and bringing them back up saying, everything's cool now, man. Alright, we preach the word, alright, tell them to follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability, okay? And from there, it's their relationship with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Alright, we basically just the mouthpiece of the Lord, the middleman of the Lord, man. Alright, regardless if it's somebody looking like Black Dynamite, alright, looking like a true, so-called Negro, or it's, a damn 4'2" Israelite, man, Mexican, man, or if it's a Guatemalan or whoever, man, those who are Israelites have to hit his word, man. Alright. It says, for as much then as the Most High gave them the like gift as he did unto us who believed on the Lord Yahushua Hamashiach, what was I that I could withstand the Most High? Alright? And that's a lot of niggas out there that claim that they in the truth, okay? That's how your thing is, man. Well, the Northern Kingdom, because they look at the chart, 12-tribe chart, or the Northern Kingdom can't be Israelites. They have their own land and all this bullshit, man. Alright? And that's how you know who's truly in the spirit, man. Alright, y'all rejecting the Israelite foreigners, man. Alright? And the spirit that jumped on me to make this video, man. Like, y'all rejecting the Israelite foreigners, man. Those who are Israelites that aren't aware. Just like at one time you wasn't aware you was an Israelite. For all you knew, an Israelite was a damn white man with curly sideburns, man. But here you are, rejecting, the Israelite foreigners, man. And Most High gonna deal with y'all for that, man. That's why he steered Peter, and that's why the scriptures say, man, ye err not knowing the scriptures, man. That's why he steered Peter on the correct path, not only for him to realize, but for him to pass the information on to the rest of the disciples, saying, no, we got to deal with them. All right. So a lot of you camps out there, you leaving, the nation of Israel, whether you believe it or not, in the dark, man. All right. But I ain't gonna make this video too long, man. With that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone that rule well, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's pushing this word and sincerity and truth across the 4 corners of the earth. Shalom.